No.
Hello, hello. Go ahead.
What is this, Joy? Did Joy leave? Hello, 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 everyone. We are live. It's your girls, Callie, Dr. Joy, pre PhD, and me, Pretty Doll Montique. We are here to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 12, the reunion episode, part 2. I'm going to share it out. And as I do that, I want everybody to know that this is our opinions, entertainment only. Everything's alleged. And we're going to have a good call today. So, anyway, how would you rate the episode? Callie, do you want to go first?
Um, I give it a 5.
5?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What about you, Joy? And I still ain't shared it.
I thought this was a good episode. I mean, we're talking about part 2 of the reunion. I don't know why we said
Yeah.
oh, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty good reunion. It didn't feel like it was a lot of fluff.
Mm-hmm.
Answering questions that I cared nothing about the recycling part,
I
but
know.
it didn't feel like fluff. I'm trying to understand, like, the 3-part, why they doing a 3-part when everything, you know what I mean?
I
Why
don't understand.
I can't even remember anything although I thought they did answer a lot of questions first. It just wasn't exciting. This one was wasn't excited about this part, but I had feelings from the episode. If that
I
makes
don't
Okay.
sense.
even think there's
It
anything else
evoked
for them to
feelings.
talk about. Is there?
Yeah, I think I'll give it like a 6.5, 7. It was good. I was how misbehaving. I was wanting. I just want the Kathy part, and we be done.
Right.
I feel like they're
That's
dragging this
yeah.
out, and
I
Oh, Kathy.
There were some things that they handled that I wish that I wonder why, when they were talking about
ooh, I need to sit up.
Marcel and her son, that they didn't show the clip of Dorit and Kyle laughing about it. I would
Yeah,
really like to know, because that's so important. It in retrospect and watching this episode, all I kept thinking is, this is really is a black woman in white spaces, and it feels like none of them have her back, and not
yeah,
even Sutton, who,
right.
not that she needed it, but I just felt like I heard she apologized
She
about
did
that.
at BravoCon. She
Yeah,
did.
but
Um,
I go ahead. I'll talk about it when we get there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me get to the notes. So I've tagged a few people. A few people are watching. All right. So I don't know. Please like and subscribe, people. Anyway, so the first thing they talked about, and we kind of talked about it in our chat, was is the C word
Mhm.
worse than evil? And so I kind of was like sitting and thinking about it. And if you have to bleep it out and call it the C word, and you
Right.
can't even say it on TV, but you can have a show called Evil and a book called Evil, and you
Look,
can say evil, which is worse? I mean, I don't know.
wasn't that gaslighting? There was a whole season around that word. Do y'all not remember when?
Cunty? Was it the cunty necklace?
No, it was a whole bunch of things. Brandy called Kyle that, and they thought it was just despicable. But you're
Yeah,
so right. Like, you can't even say it on
you can't
TV,
say it.
but you can say evil
You
like
can
it's
say evil.
nothing.
So
That
I was
that
like,
is so true.
so I didn't say anything when y'all were talking about it because I kind of wanted to save it for our
Yeah,
show. But I was sitting here and it's like, this word is censored. It's bleeped out. You can't
girl,
say it.
I'm finna tweet that.
Well, yeah, somebody else noted that on Instagram today that
Oh, did they?
it's a word, of course, if it has to be beeped out. And my only thought around that is, um, it was probably a man that decided that word needed to not be used in the public eye. There has to
But
be
it's
some
it's the
history.
most ridiculous because you can say vagina.
Yeah,
It has to be, yeah, it's just,
but I think it's a bad
Well, most
vagina.
people say vajayjay,
But I
but
think it's not like a to me a vagina's beautiful and a vagina's loved. But if you a C, that's not loved. If you have I'm not
I
saying this
know.
word, not
So
hate.
why were
Twat,
they
I
ever
hate
even
twat.
able to
Those
change
are
it?
words that are negative about the vagina. Cunt, twat, and all that. They're not seen as positive words when you're talking about it. I'm thinking. I'm gonna look it up. But go ahead. Boy, I did cunt.
Yeah,
Cunt is a vulgar slang for a woman's genitalia. So,
and what is it for the man's Peter?
oh, I don't think they don't ain't nothing vulgar about theirs unless it's limp.
And
Then
that's
it's
my
vulgar.
point. That's how you know. Ain't that the truth? That's how you know that this was
then
something
your
the man then
insurance will
decided.
cover it.
Hmm.
That is so true. We sound like
Yeah.
feminists. Go on.
Well, yeah. Well, we are feminine. But you don't think it's a bad word, Callie?
Well, yeah, it's a bad word because this world we live in has made it a bad word.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's really just a vagina, then what is the issue? I mean, really, if the man's private parts was not turned into a dirty, nasty something,
Mm-hmm.
and just think about some of the men and their penises on reality TV. They stick that thing in everywhere. That's what's dirty and nasty. A
Mm-hmm.
vagina should not be.
Right. But I don't
So
think vagina is, but I think the word that word is. So if you call a
yeah.
woman that, then they're in an essence dirty,
So then,
I
how did we
guess.
change that? I mean, how did that?
I don't want to change that word. I don't want to use it. Like I don't want to use the N word. They tried to change it and I don't use
Yeah,
it.
no, no, no.
I
I'm not
mean,
asking. I didn't
yeah.
say how do we change it. How did it change? How did we
Oh,
go
that
from
I don't.
something seemingly positive, which is the female body, to something negative with a different word? I don't know.
Right.
Just you know, it's
I guess
just.
I'll look up how it got changed in a minute. I'm gonna ask another question and I'll see if I can find it. Um, let's see. So Diana was kind of mixing Sutton and Garcelle up a little bit. So Garcelle was like, "But I didn't do that. Sutton said this, yada yada yada." And then I don't know if Andy asked or what, but he said Sutton says she doesn't need to clear anything up about her and Diana's friendship. There is no friendship. So is anybody friends with? I mean, do y'all think she'll be back? What am I fixing?
I don't think there was any confusion with her and with her mixing Garcelle and Sutton up. I think when she made that comment, when she said she was just surprised or shocked or hurt or whatever she said about Garcelle's comments, it's because Garcelle has been coming at her all season for no specific reason that was related to them. Her and Sutton been fighting all season, so she's probably like, "I'm over you, Sutton." Her shockness is still from Garcelle, why did you and I ever even have a problem? Because there is no other reason than Sutton. So I don't think she mixed it up. I think her concern was with Garcelle and
But
not with
she said,
Sutton.
Garcelle, you called me soulless, and she said that wasn't me.
Yeah,
So
but
you
she
don't
didn't
think that
just
was
say,
mixing her?
I don't what?
You don't think that's mixing them up?
She
Well, yeah, in
continued to
that one
mix them up.
particular incident, yes.
I thought so too.
She
Yeah,
kept
yeah.
mixing them up. Even at the end when she said, "You called me soulless, you called me an MFer, you called me," she said, and both of those was so and so. She said, "I called you evil."
Right.
Did
She
Right.
she
said,
say both of them? I thought I just heard her say the soulless.
Soulless and an MFer.
yeah,
Both of them was
she said I
so.
didn't do that. You keep saying I
Okay.
did stuff. I didn't do that.
Yeah, I thought she only said that wasn't me. That was something about soulless because I was laughing when
Mm-mm.
it happened because I was waiting on her. So are you saying you did call her the MF and the evil? So I must have missed that part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she said it.
Good.
But I don't know. It's derived from a Germanic language. I don't know where it came from. I was trying to find it. We'll look at it
It's some
later.
What?
historical stuff from
Yeah, cunt.
ancient
I was trying to
times.
figure out why it became bad. It's something with German
And
something.
you know what? I also think it's I hate to get racial, but I think this might be a white thing because it means nothing to me. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, if somebody called me that, I think I
She
would laugh
appeared so guilty.
because it doesn't feel like I'm like, you calling me a vagina? I got one. But I mean, it doesn't resonate with me like probably bitch would
Right.
or
And
something
I
else.
think black people might say twat. I don't like that word. I don't think we say cunt, but we could. I don't
But
know.
I've never heard a guy say that in the middle of an argument like
Me either.
it's meant to be derogatory. So I guess if you really do grow up understanding what these words mean, it's
Yeah.
almost silly, even if somebody called you a bitch. You would
Mm-hmm.
almost laugh at it because I ain't no dog. Like it doesn't even make sense to even be offensive. It's almost nonsensical to me.
So, what do you think about filing a lawsuit against John Doe? Have you ever heard of? Is this like common?
Well,
So
John
they
Doe
don't.
using the courts is very common.
So using. Okay.
If they don't know who it was, or if they
I
want to,
think if you,
if
well,
somebody's
yeah, I
underage.
don't know. I would think people that's trying to find out some information, maybe if somebody was harassing them, because you had to file a case to do an investigation. It's possible that that is extremely common.
Your mama. Well, that's my mama. You don't talk about my mama, child. You can talk about my vagina, but you're not talking about my
I
mama.
mean,
I'm
that's
sorry.
personal though. That doesn't make sense to me. When people
Yeah.
say things that's nonsensical, if it don't make sense, it just don't make sense. So it's just like you can't offend me with something that doesn't make sense. I mean, would you be offended in the middle of an argument if your man say, "You know what? You get on my nerves, you green tree." You would be like, "What? That don't make sense." That's how I feel about. You know what I mean? It just don't make sense to me because
So,
I know I'm not green and I know I'm not a tree. So
so
why
I
are
thought Garcelle said she was going to, or somebody said they were going to find out who it was. So did that come out?
Mm-mm.
no?
Garcelle
Okay.
said it as well as Diane
Girl,
said they
Diana
were both going
probably
to
got
find
fake
out.
papers up there. I don't believe nothing she
Diana got so much money she hid. If it's her, which we don't
said.
know, if she did, whoever did it had money and they can hide. I think Diana knows they ain't gonna find John or Jane Doe. Okay. So she just like,
I think she did it, to be honest.
Now, why do y'all think she did it?
I don't know,
we
but
don't know.
it's just no
It's
particular
just
reason.
something to say.
Because she evil. She evil.
I don't know who did it. I think
I
it's
have no
disgusting. I
idea.
pray it's none
But
of the
she
cast.
does seem to have a bone to pick with Garcelle.
Well,
Like
yeah,
she was
she
talking to
does.
Garcelle by herself.
Yeah.
Like these were
Mm-hmm.
conversations she was having by herself. Her
About
fans went in
Garcelle.
her defense, not Garcelle.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't respond to her. Okay, let's see. Um, so somebody, I think it was Lisa and Erica, they were saying that whoever purchased the bots was trying to cause division in the group. And I looked at myself and I said, "Don't Lisa trying to cause division in the group? I just was trying to figure this
And
out."
when her and when Lisa and Erica went in there and they was trying to say that because the what did she say? That's what bought it was something that Garcelle did that Rena and Erica laughed about, saying that's what brought division to the group.
The bots. They were
Yeah.
saying that the bots, but I was thinking Lisa divides the group every year.
Yeah. I was like that
So
like, do they hear themselves? Like you be like, you dumb doorbell. They
not a
can't hear.
doorbell. That's worse than a green tree.
Right. Right. Ooh.
So let's see what else. Uh they went back to Crystal, which we don't really talk. Oh, hold on. Crystal, you Tori, get out of my head. Crystal made me happy. Made me I think it's supposed to be made. I am glad she said what we
Me
all
too.
have been saying. The four of them will
Yeah.
have each other's back. Yes, because I like when Andy asked, "Hi, Miss Gucci." I like when Andy asked somebody, how is Sutton a liability? He asked Erica that, and
Mm-hmm.
she said because Garcelle takes up for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, but Joe, that
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
They don't hear themselves. That's what I'm saying. There's like no accountability. And Latoria's right. That's why I was glad that she said they don't protect each other no less or more than y'all do. Like
That's
y'all do
true.
the same thing. So it's
That's
just like
true. I
this
don't
little
think
fake Fox 5 or 4 or
yeah, that's true.
whatever they call themselves.
That's true. They
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 need to
probably don't
break
hear
that up.
themselves. But
They
They did
need
what,
to
Callie?
break.
they probably don't hear themselves. But Garcelle doesn't hear herself either, though. She
What
couldn't
did she
talk.
not hear?
Well, what was
You
that?
just don't like
The
her.
She don't
scene.
like Garcelle Sutton. Go ahead.
What was that?
I said, she said you don't like Garcelle. I said
You
you don't like
don't like
Garcelle
Garcia.
Sutton.
Oh, this has nothing to do with me.
I like everybody
I
but
do
Lisa. I'm
like
not gonna lie.
Garcelle. Who said I didn't like her? I like Garcelle. She's just full
Okay,
of
go
crap.
ahead. I'm so
Um, on the show, the night was it the same night? The night that Sutton was yelling and screaming at Crystal
mm-hmm.
and Diane that night,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then Erica Jane kept coming trying to explain what Crystal was trying to say, or Diane even. It was one of them. Erica kept
Mm-hmm.
interrupting, trying to explain. And Garcelle went off and said, Erica, you were driving me crazy. Why are you in this? Let them finish out their stuff. Y'all don't remember that?
I
And when
vaguely,
she did
yeah.
that, I thought to myself, well, isn't that what you do to Sutton all day, every day? So she doesn't hear herself either. Maybe it's just when we know we're doing
I
something, we
think
don't
she was
acknowledge our
talking.
own
I don't think she
faults.
was, but that could be a reference to let them talk instead of trying to
Yes,
butt
same.
in. No, it
Right.
wasn't necessarily in defense. I do remember that argument at that table. I
Well, yes,
remember
but
that.
what I had said though is that it is the same thing that Garcelle does whenever Sutton is talking to somebody else about whatever an issue
Girl,
is.
they was coming after Sutton like a ball dog with a bone.
What does that have to do
They
with what
they
I
wanted
just
to
said?
bully Sutton. They had a plan, but Garcelle wouldn't let them.
Yeah,
They
they didn't
wanted
like
to
that.
bully her.
What difference does it
Especially
make?
Lisa.
So then, if so, that's just like saying where Erica was stepping up to her, so that Crystal or Diane wouldn't be bullied. What's the difference there?
It's not. We're
Okay, so
not.
then why'd
But
you make the
but,
comment?
but we're not. But I'm gonna say a word
Right. Hi,
like I'm
T.
Sutton and Garcelle. But Garcelle isn't complaining about it. They are.
Well, Garcelle's not complaining about herself. Garcelle did complain about it, though.
She
She
Well,
complained
didn't.
about it to
That was one
Erica.
incident in
Do you
one
want me to go and take
situation
notes of
where
all
she
of them?
said
What
something.
difference does it
We're
make if it's
talking
one
about,
or
they're
12?
saying they can't get to know her ever because she
And
done
that's
because
the
she
same
bullied
takes.
thing. That's the same thing
Sutton.
that Garcelle does to anybody who's trying to talk to Sutton. It's no
But
difference, but
Garcelle's not saying she can't get to know anybody because of that.
They're not saying they ain't talking to Sutton. You need to be ashamed of
Garcelle doesn't
yourself.
want to get to know anybody
You need to
because
be
of her.
ashamed. They be having that lady literally in tears. Not
Well,
Hey,
figuratively,
Sutton in tears, you mean?
literally in tears.
Are we talking about
And
Sutton?
it takes, and even this year, we've known of incidences where you could tell every piece of morsel in Garcelle's body was she was fighting against not to come to Sutton's aid,
mm-hmm.
especially that day. The camera kept going on
What are you
her face.
talking about?
What
Every
I'm
single
saying is,
opportunity
there
she
has been
gets,
times
she
when
opens her
Garcelle
mouth.
has held back. They had a
That.
plan to go after and bully Sutton. That was the plan.
And did Sutton have a plan to go and bully Crystal and Diane? Like
I
she
don't
talked to
think they
them like
had a
she was
plan
their
at
mother?
all. That's the issue. To
What?
see that Fox 4 then got together. They had a plan, and they may have included Diane, or at least Diane had a hookup with Renna. It's
Oh,
something like that. I'm telling you, they wanted. I think they wanted to ice Sutton out, but Garcelle wouldn't let them.
So then are you okay, Joe? I think you hear what I'm saying. You just don't want to really acknowledge it, maybe. So that's no difference. It's no difference than anything I am saying. So you're
I don't know.
saying they just wanted to bully her, and then as I see it, Sutton just wanted to bully others. It's really no difference.
Who did she bully?
She
Oh
said
my
Crystal
God.
and
Are you
Diana.
serious? Come on.
Sutton bullied Crystal,
Okay. Yeah. Did you
and
forget the
she
ugly yellow
hardly
pants,
talked to
or the ugly leather
Crystal.
pants, or what?
Even when Crystal was accusing her of being a racist KKK member, almost. She almost took it.
She
I
was
mean,
fine.
she did.
Hold on,
She
you guys.
She
did.
was.
I'll be back.
I don't know. I don't
It's,
remember her bullying them, but everybody watches the show different. So Sutton is too inept to bully
She
anyone.
is. She too clumsy. I will say this. Erica was 100% right about that.
Yeah.
That girl is just clumsy with her words. That was really the perfect description to call her. And she is. And I think that she was a liability to them because of how she treated Erica. I'm telling you, I
Yeah.
believe they conspired to get rid of her. But Garcelle wouldn't let them.
Stay with
Every year it's it is an element of acting in this, and sometimes
Okay, I'm back.
real events fall in. But I really do think sometimes these people go on these shows with strategies like that.
And I'm gonna say, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, the more and more I hear things, the more and more I really believe this.
And the only reason that Erica went into Crystal's defense was because Crystal was attacking Sutton, and she was happy about that. So it wasn't like she was just like, "Oh, you're being mean to Crystal." Da, 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 da. It's because of Sutton. If Sutton wouldn't have been involved, she wouldn't have cared. And that's just.
Well, nobody else was messing with her but
She was mean to Crystal before the violated comment. Now, Sutton was started with Crystal. Oh, the ugly. But that was because, yes, Sutton. I remember that Sutton was mad she wasn't included in that gift. I don't know what caused ugly leather pants.
Oh, it was at that dinner. It was. That is how it began. Well, yeah. I think it was like little bitty thing. I really do think Sutton is awkward.
Very.
And I think that she tries. I bet you. I ain't gonna say bet you, but I kind of bet you. Garcelle might be her first real black friend.
You think so?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not saying that I don't think she's using her. I think they're real friends off camera. I think they share one another's lives. You know, when they come together on the show, it doesn't feel like they're catching up.
Yes. Sutton is the Ramona of Beverly Hills. Ain't nothing good about it.
But you can tell
drama
when they're fake friends, when they be like, "Girl, so what you been up to?" So you know what I'm saying. You know they talk since filming. So and I think that comes across, but I don't think. What was we talking about?
I swear her and Sutton are the best of friends. Like she claims she's closer to Sutton than anybody. I can't tell. I can't. Sutton definitely shouldn't have been Pat's friend on Southern Charm rather than I don't know who Pat is. You feel like Sutton should be on Southern Charm?
Mm-hmm. I like Sutton.
Yeah, but I like everybody on this show.
And I think she learns stuff like Kathy does too. That's the charm of Kathy Hilton. Kathy hasn't been exposed to a whole lot, and she can be.
What does that mean? She hasn't been exposed to a whole lot of what?
Like real world. This woman is uberly rich.
That's what I said. She don't cook. She don't clean.
Right.
She got that ring.
I'm like, you either believe this was a joke or not. It's possible. We don't really know. Who is Hunky Dory? Like, who don't know who Hunky Dory is?
And now everybody say Hunky Dory.
Right. I mean, I think it's just a part of I think that's that was the charm of Paris Hilton. Is that she's so uberly rich. She's been rich her whole life. And now you're trying to do normal everyday stuff. I think that was the charm.
Of simple life.
I think that was the charm of that.
So what else I got?
We watch a lot of the other end of that. The people that's very poor.
Yeah.
You see that all the time.
So okay, so I wrote this as a note. After hearing the PK porn story and EJ saying PK and Dorit were the next to be separated, I think that EJ and Dorit are trying to start a beef for next year's storyline. What y'all think?
I,
I don't think so. That they gonna get a storyline out of Dorit. I mean, Dorit already has a storyline that her, they fake their little break-ins every so
No,
often.
next season, not this season. Next season.
Well, that's what I said. She already has her storyline. They have a break-in that they set up a couple times now, right? There got to be another one coming to pay out their debt.
You
They'll have
think?
their
I don't think
storyline.
she'll do that again.
Twice is enough.
Did she do it twice? I thought it was just once.
Twice.
I do like that some of them stuck. Yeah, because Sutton even was like, me and Crystal made up, and they were shocked. I think they wanted them to fight, and the girls were not fighting.
yes,
Um,
yes.
but I mean, but why would Erica say that then? Why would she say Dorit and PK if that's your friend? Even if you believe it,
Oh, you
would you
talking about that
say it?
Bravo con?
Yeah,
I don't know. I saw it and I was thinking, I'm such a conspiracy theorist, so I was thinking like you. Don't be trying to get your friend back next season.
right. I felt like she was trying to get Dorit back on the show, like because
Because
the
I
people are
haven't
like,
heard
nope.
anything if they've signed contracts yet. I
Mm-hmm.
heard I did see Kathy Hilton's interview, and she was like, "Oh, I would never demand. I'm not a. She always say I'm just a
I'm just a friend.
friend. Da da da." So she was like, "No, I would never demand so and so, so and so." He says, but basically, she was saying she's not going to guarantee she's going to come back if certain people do.
Yeah, with this cast. Okay, EJ is doing
Yeah, she
anything
said
to
something
take.
like that. Hmm.
Oh, so you think she's doing it to take the attention off of her?
There ain't nobody talking about her. We tired of talking about
Yeah,
her
I'm
and
over Erica's
her,
story.
her husband that she ain't gonna never divorce. She probably sneaking in.
Okay, that's next. Okay, well, I'll tell y'all that later because don't hope I don't forget. I did like EJ saying that she didn't care about no Birkin. I'm like, okay, I don't. Those things are ugly. Do y'all
But
like
she
those
got a
person?
Croc Kelly.
She
Those are
said that she doesn't carry it though. She said it's not her type of bag.
because those are like 50
Those
thousand.
Yeah,
Birkins are ugly, ugly as
they're
heck.
They
ugly.
really well, I saw a tote I like, but they are generally ugly.
They're not cute. Kathy is ghetto. Why is she ghetto? Oh, now that was funny. I think she did
And
that on purpose,
I
though.
think she does that on purpose
She
because she
does.
was in house shoes at BravoCon. And I don't see, and it's so
Yeah,
funny, and it could be a shade at her
it
sister because
is.
her sister made such a big deal of her slippers. Or she got boxes of them so and so's, and
Honey.
because they always clean with each other,
Uh-huh.
and she keep on getting a new pair every time she goes somewhere.
Do
But
y'all
I think
think
it was
Erica's sneaking
cute.
in a nursing home for quickies? Probably.
Yes, I do. That's what she got it. Tina said she's sneaking. I was finna say in the back door that's inside.
Oh, T. EJ doesn't care about victims either, so not caring about a Birkin doesn't mean much.
That is true. You so true.
Oh, T, that was shady. But okay. We already talked about Garcelle with her thing with Bill Cosby. Okay, so let's talk about the book thing, I guess. So
Well, I
would
saw
you say
I'm
oh go
sorry,
ahead.
Monty, but when you mentioned Bill Cosby, made me think of Latoya's comment.
Which one?
Latoya made a comment. She didn't think it needed to be in there, especially because nothing really happened between them. Y'all agree with that or no?
No, if that's something you experience, you can put anything. It may not mean anything to Latoria, but it could have meant something to Garcelle. So you can't tell people what to write in their own book about what happened with their lives. In my opinion, do y'all
Yeah.
not feel that way? Like, how you gonna tell me what I can put in my book?
Well, no, I think it's good that she put in there personally because the more quiet people stay, the less we know how much of a crazy person somebody really is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get her point though. But
So something had to happen to her for her to write about it.
that's
He had to
basically.
follow through. I mean, he. I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, so she said, why is she saying it now?
I
Well,
think
you can't victim
because
blame.
it's
Sometimes people don't want to say it.
and I think that it's because it's pretty it's
It's in
not
the news.
far from the news.
But another thing is a lot of people don't tell their truths all the time. It can take years for
Yeah, I
somebody
guess
to
you
tell
can't
the
really
truth.
ever rush that, but a lot of this, a lot more people maybe could have not been
She
hurt
was a
had people
victim.
spoke up earlier, 30 years ago.
He tried to. She was. She.
I
So
know Tori probably coming from a place from,
But she wasn't, nothing
it's
happened
like
since she
you're on a
wasn't a victim.
pile up. It's a
so you
pile.
don't think that you could be traumatized from knowing that that could have happened to
I'm not
you?
saying what she
No, I'm
could.
talking to them.
Oh, okay.
Like your gut helped you, but
Yeah,
just think. I mean,
yeah,
that's a learning lesson for people to
yeah,
put it in there because a lot of people don't listen to their gut. That right there is a learning thing for other people. She was one of the ones that did listen. Other people didn't. That saved her. So in the future, ladies, if you feel like you're in a bad position, leave. Because that could have been me. You can
yeah.
look at this from
I've
several
been in a
different
couple.
angles.
I was in a couple of situations like that when I was young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with that, but
I know what she's saying.
milk and cookies. You ain't right. Y'all know what she's talking about, right? he Cosby used to joke about this, right?
Who?
Bill Cosby, he used to joke about giving people milk and cookies and putting stuff in their thing. Y'all
Hmm.
don't
Who he
remember that?
said,
In his stand
Yeah,
up?
yeah, yeah, I
Uh-huh.
remember.
Daddy for real?
Yeah.
Girl,
That's what she
I
getting
ain't
that
never
from.
heard that. I ain't never
Yeah.
heard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
you
Um,
can't really control when or if somebody tells, but considering how long ago that stuff was, had she spoke out back then, had Beverly Johnson spoke out,
mm-hmm.
maybe it could have helped a lot more people. It's
Now
really
that's true
sad to know
too.
how many people went through it, but again, when it happens to you, you have to go with how you feel. Like,
Because it was like in 1990 something.
I think it was earlier than that, wasn't it?
I
Oh,
think
really?
it went off the air in '93. I think.
So wow, that was a while ago.
No, no. What year I graduated high school? '92.
So you think it was 92?
It was.
Yes, was in the court docket that he slipped milkies and drinks. Yeah, he used to talk about that. I don't know. Then why is Jerry Lee? I don't know anything about Jerry Lee Lewis. Should he be
That's
locked up?
the old rock and roll guy that they've been talking about from who married his like 13-year-old cousin or something.
Oh, that was who married their daughter. He's a
What?
he married his adopted
Woody
daughter,
Allen.
Woody
Oh,
Woody
Woody
Allen.
Allen. Yeah,
Allen.
yeah, yeah. Thank you,
What are
Kelly,
we
because I'm
talking?
about to say another
Can
name.
I ask what we talking about? Oh,
I don't
Woody
know.
Allen or Morgan Freeman married his granddaughter, didn't
girl, yes. The
he?
voice
Hmm.
of Jesus. The
No,
voice of
he did.
God.
Okay, let's move on.
Yes,
Yes, he did. It was part of
yeah,
his stand up. It's her
yeah.
truth, and she can speak on it when she wants to. I say the same thing, Leslie, but
Hmm.
everybody, I agree. I understand everybody's perspective, though, too. Okay, let's keep on going because Joy's right. We can't talk about pedophilia all night. Okay. So I had some people, they were like, "Can we watch your show?" And I was like, "You can't watch my show because I'm bad on this show." Anyway, y'all want to talk about the Lisa Rinna getting her attorneys to stop Garcelle from having the story about her daughter
Do
in
you
the
think
book?
her
Hmm.
attorneys made her do it or they came to an arrangement?
I think they probably came to an
They-
arrangement.
Okay.
But why would Garcelle even put that in there anyway? Miss, stay off of the kids, Garcelle. Come on.
I
She
don't.
shouldn't have had to be told to do anything with that.
She was talking about her experience, a
Which
certain
included
experience.
somebody else's child.
But the story included hers too. They just
It
cut it
included
out.
But
Oliver
she can talk
too.
about
Yeah,
hers.
What
it
exactly did she
was
say? Do
though.
we know?
She
She
was
talked
like,
about Lisa's daughter.
What did
no,
she
she
say
she
about
talked
her?
about her experience about asking Rena about that and the blowback that happened afterwards and
'Cause-
online and the blowback that she got for saying that because of how it was cut.
Yeah, it was cut wrong.
And because she one of the things that was cut out and they actually showed it on the extended version and something else. Oh, Andy had her play it on Watch What's Happening Live. Or Andy played, yeah, that's what happened. And if you watch it, she said, I wish that they had played that whole thing because basically she was talking about how hard she was working and how guilty she felt that her son was being left with other people. And then she went on to say, then she related it to, do you think some kind of way, it was some kind of way she weaved, do you think you dancing half naked on Instagram have any, I don't know
Effect on
what
her
word she used,
anorexia or something.
to her daughter's
So has
anorexia.
Lisa talked about her daughter's anorexia on the show at
It
all
was
or
a
no?
whole season. One season, the only season that she showed her children, that was her storyline, was her daughter.
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
Her daughter had posted it online that season. And
Oh.
so it was dealt with. Her daughter had posted something about, and but she's like awful. She speaks really bad of her
Her
mother.
daughter? Oh
Yes.
yeah, but they do. They speak bad of her.
Like
I hate
one of
that.
them, if y'all go back and watch those old episodes, it was scenes one time, I'm telling you, it was something so off with that family and her daughter, and I can't tell you which one. They were like having a conversation like this. It was like, oh, and the daughter was like, it was so weird.
Not
And
Billy.
they, because I think they were not talking to talk, basically like, you better not say the wrong thing while these cameras roll. It was so weird to me. And I remember, and it was real quick. I'm being dramatic. But
Right.
something about it that just didn't sit in I was just like, those children really got a story to tell.
They do. I mean, I don't know. She said that she took it out of the second edition and they'd include it in the audio book. Because she didn't want that part told. Let's see. I believe they haven't written the contracts that Rena's husband Harry only has limited appearances on the show. Yeah, the Beverly Hills people, they don't really show their husbands as much as other franchises. Lisa Rinna's daughter said her mama made her lie about her mental health. She came out and said that.
Yeah, like her, it's something that's off with them. It's I don't know. It just didn't sit well with me, and I remember thinking, it's some stories in that house.
So did Garcelle say
We
what?
old.
I guess I need to see what she said in the book. Like, was she talking about the child having the eating
It was
disorder, or
literally
just what
talking
happened?
about exactly what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, does that make a difference for you?
I mean, if it played out on the show and on Watch What Happens Live, everybody's seen it anyway. But I mean, I guess she still could have kept it out. But I think if it's already on the show,
If it's already on the show, another person can talk about the child.
what did she say about the child?
Just
She did.
she just asked about the issues with her body or whatever, based on what she, got from the show or from her mom, stuff like that. So
Oh, I need to read it. Okay, I thought she just said played out what she said. Did you think your daughter's anorexic dance?
yeah, that's
No, she was like, do you think your daughter's anorexia has any kind of relation to the fact that you dance naked on Instagram?
Okay, and that's talking about the child.
okay, Monty.
I'm
So
just asking a question. I'm just asking a
does that
question.
mean Miss Wanda was not talking about the child when she asked about a paternity test?
I'm just asking y'all. So that's talking about her because she has anorexia. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
Move on.
I'm just trying to figure out what we're saying. Okay, let's move on. Okay. Well, I'm happy she's taking it out the book. She didn't need that anyway. I don't know why. So, why are they mad that Oliver's working for LVP? I didn't understand that.
I don't
Because
think
LVP is a different kind of character.
But that has nothing to do with them.
Yeah, I don't think they like her, and she's kind of must be in
I don't think it's ever
competition.
mattered if it has something to do with them or not. They always talking about folk.
No,
Yeah,
they
I
don't
like.
like
Yeah.
each other. Have y'all seen the stuff that Lisa
Who's she
Vanderpump
getting?
tweets about them? Did you? Let me tell you, she tweeted something last night. I was cracking up.
What'd she say?
Hold on.
Well, what does it have to do with Garcelle's son working for them? I'm like, you can hate somebody, but if their child can't work for them,
Yep, I remember that, T.
I don't see it. She maybe. I thought that
I didn't really look at Twitter last night. Um, I normally do, but I didn't. I didn't even tweet anything about our show either. Um, do you think that Kyle is kind of so hard on Crystal because she wants Crystal replace Teddy, and Teddy and Kyle are friends? Because I feel like she's harder on Crystal than anyone else.
Who?
You
Kyle.
think she
Yeah.
wants Teddy back?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I know Teddy was her real friend.
Yeah.
He's her real friend. But I think that I I don't know
I
why
love
she
LVP.
targets Crystal, but it's pretty clear to me that she doesn't like her.
Yeah, and I just was trying to figure. I love LVP too. I'm just trying to figure out why she just keeps going at her.
And she was irritated. Okay. It also could be that Kyle knows what happened with the 14 friends. And she is friends with some of those friends. I don't think she likes her by association. But
Okay.
I think Crystal brings a youthful element of snorkiness.
Thank you, T. That's exactly what I think.
To
She's soft.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and you're right. I definitely agree with that. She is a soft target, but she brings an element that I don't think it's kind of sort of the target audience, but kind of sort of not. But Crystal brings
Right.
you're out of touch.
Security system.
You need to bring it's that sort of thing. She's actually snarky. In Crystal's mouth, she really believes that she's right, even
Yeah.
if she's wrong.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
So she's snorky. Like, I don't know if she knows that, but it's almost like you would think she would be admiring some of them because they're a little bit more seasoned. No, she like, ugh.
Lisa, are you saying Lisa destroyed LVP's friendship with her?
I think so.
I think Lisa destroyed a lot of friendships. I don't know why they keep her, but I mean, it's fine if they do. Never trust Teddy or her husband. Found it funny how he was installing. I agree. I wouldn't use him. I'm sorry. I
mean,
wouldn't.
did he do PKs too? I mean, can we
I
get
don't
we need a
know.
client countdown because
That's what
something
it
ain't right.
is. See, she thinks she do. She thinks
Oh,
she's way smarter. She
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because she even put a thing like they need to get a dictionary. Did y'all see that?
yeah, she
See
really is
what?
snarky.
What happened?
She
Like,
said that they need to get a dictionary. They don't understand the words that she's saying.
Oh
Crystal.
well, that's true. I mean,
and kind
good
of
point.
she kind of came back in town like she was senile or something.
Yeah.
She
And
did.
what make it so bad? She was wrong. She was 100% wrong. Do you want me to clarify it? She was like, I tried to tell you a second ago what you it was so funny. I'm like,
So does Crystal have more money? Because her husband did Lion King, but does that mean he has a lot of money though?
Yeah.
I think he got real long money. I don't know how long it is, but if you've been at Disney like that, I mean, the Lion King has made over and over. I mean,
Yeah, I love the Lion King.
it was made in 95 and then in like 2016 or 17.
Yeah, I love it. So maybe he does have a lot of money, but I don't think she has that much more money than anybody else to be snarky.
I mean, I don't think it's just that. He's done quite a few things, but she's snarky to me.
Crystal, Sutton, and Kathy are the richest. So
I think,
Garcelle don't have that kind of money. I agree.
yeah.
Yeah, she is rolling with the right. You know what? I like that.
You
Garcelle, I like
you ain't lying. I ain't even think about that.
Okay.
Yes, you was
I understand. I understand. Okay, so that's our
right.
Bling Empire. They got long money.
Think about the boy who was like a 10 or 11 who sung I Can't Wait to Be King.
Yeah.
His mama took a chance on when he was young. They were offering him $1 million to sing that song. And he was like, I just sing this song for $1 million. She's like, yeah. And then she said, well, this might be a hit. So they took a low salary of like $150,000 and he would get a percentage of every time you sung that song.
Oh, he rich,
So
rich.
yes, and when he said, so you don't know, he's like,
I don't know
you
who
ain't
that
never
was.
seen that interview, Jason Weaver. Yeah,
I
he
don't know
said
that.
yes, he played in like ATL. He always spoken. He you were with T.I. friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he
shit.
the guy he played Michael Jackson
That
in
is that is who played Michael. I love him when he played Michael. Ben.
oh god, we are so off course. We are
Okay, let's
so
keep going. Okay.
I mean, they
Um,
are poorer than I thought. I'm just looking up some of these networks. I mean,
but I
I
don't know. Can you believe those?
Lion King alone, I thought that man would have had some long money. But no, not according to a couple of these things. They say he's barely worth 500,000.
I don't
Crystal is
believe
worth
that.
10 million.
Crystal husband.
Yeah,
No, he way
yeah.
richer than that.
Nice
They
thing.
just spent a 500,000 on the basement. No,
Well, she's worth
no
10 million.
way.
The basement. You ain't
On the
They
lying.
did though,
basement.
right? They
What's
did. They did.
Crystal name?
Mhm.
What's her last name?
No. Yeah, we're going to BravoCon
Mingoff.
2023. We need like $8,000 a piece. So can y'all go?
Right.
Can we do the? Can we do the GoFundMe Cash App us? Chat her up. I'm gonna make one. So BravoCon. Okay. Anyway, Lisa.
Uh,
Okay. Do y'all think Lisa got emotional about Lois? Did y'all feel anything in your spirit?
No.
No. What? Crystal got coconut water in Costco. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. It could be.
What did
what?
T's comment say? Wait, what?
She said Crystal. If Crystal must have the money, then if it's not him.
Yeah, Crystal does seem to have the most, depending on where you're looking.
Oh. So I was about Lois. So nobody cared that she was crying about Lois. I felt a little something about it. Do y'all feel like she used Lois as an excuse for her bad behavior?
Yes.
Anyone
Did you
else?
see Denise Richards?
Oh yes.
What
Tweet
she
or I don't know
say?
what she put on
Denise
IG.
Richards was like, "Look here, I'm sad about your mom and all, but what about all that stuff you were doing before your mama was even sick?" Okay.
Yes, somebody asked that. They said you were equally awful to Denise, LVP, Kim. They forget about Yolanda. I feel like she was horrible with the Munchausen with Yolanda.
Mm-hmm.
And your
I
mother
say
was
they
alive.
say Rob is Rob Mickford. Mickford. I don't know. Crystal husband. He's worth 30 million.
Yeah, that makes seem better.
What's the
No, I
last
don't.
name spelling?
MinkOff.
Okay.
No,
He
I
and
don't care
Crystal
about
are
Rena's
together.
tears. Rest in peace, Lois. Oh,
Yes, I agree too. I agree.
Look. Do I believe that she loved her mother? Absolutely. Does that? I'm sure that even alters you a little bit, but
Jordan.
kind of doesn't explain what you did last season and the season
yes.
before last and the season before that.
And
So I
yeah,
mean, all it was is that you were amplified.
and they didn't care when because LVP mother and brother passed away. They could give 0 Fs. So I just don't understand. But I
Why
guess
is
maybe you
it?
experience it,
I,
and
I don't.
then
To me,
maybe.
it's neither here nor there. Her behavior has been the same season after season. Her mother wasn't deceased last season. Her
Right,
mother
I
wasn't
agree.
deceased the 2 seasons ago with Denise. It just wasn't like that. Rena, I think it was more intense, and maybe that's what we picked up on
Mm-hmm.
because I almost look at it sometimes like desperation. Like she's really desperate to keep this money because that's what it looks like.
It does. Like
It
she
looks
was
like
like a
she
soap
can
opera
buy
actress, like
anything.
Sutton said. It was
Yeah.
like she was putting on a character
Mm-hmm.
and it was just over exaggerated. So I mean, I
So
feel bad
it,
about Lois, but she was
it
horrible. I mean, she's
yeah,
just I don't know.
this is Lisa Rinna. This isn't like I can remember one season she was kind of like normal.
What do you mean by that?
And I can't even, and when I mean normal, it was so many crazy people on there. She just didn't stand out crazier. You know,
Oh, you
sometimes,
think so? So
yeah,
too many normal people now.
it was so much,
Oh,
you know, and it could have been them seasons that they had like that witch and
oh God,
was she on that
Carlton.
season?
I don't know. Let's see. Cal, do y'all think that Cal manhandled Sutton?
she did that night. Do I think she does that generally? No.
No. Okay. I don't think she is like everything she does.
Mm-mm.
But she felt like she didn't. Um Sutton said Renna didn't do it. Okay. So Sutton said that Renna acts like she hates her.
She does.
Um do y'all think that?
Yes, she does. It does seem like, I mean, this year, this is, if you talk about my family, I will hunt you down until you die.
No, I don't think she hates Rena. I think she can be just as Rena doesn't hate her. I think Rena can be just what has come for her. I don't think it's
Sutton
only
ain't
because
come
it's
for her.
Sutton.
If you think mocking the
According to
fact
Lisa Rinna, Sutton came for her when she went. What was
on
On
Watch
Watch
What
What
Happens
Happens
Live,
Live.
yeah,
And it caused that much anger. As
treating her
much
girl,
any
as Lisa's
differently.
done
She
to
was
it
people.
was literally a mock.
say
I'm
again.
not trying to think about this. It was really her saying that about the tickets was a mock at the sauce, which we now know was a lie.
It was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I
we
don't
now know
get
it's
it.
a lie.
I don't get. I don't know if she hates. I think she thinks she's a soft target, like Hal thinks Crystal's a soft target.
I agree.
I don't know if she hates her, but I feel like she was the one because she even said in one of them, "I just keep going after Sutton, but it's so much fun." I think she said that in the car to somebody, and I was like, "You got to stop, lady." Um,
Who said that?
Rena, I think she was in the car on like how they talk on the phone, or she
Mm-hmm.
was with somebody. So did y'all know that they make glue out of horses, or did that just go over y'all head?
I thought they made pigs out of glue too. They might do both, but I knew that we get it from animals. Yeah.
Rena got jealous of Sutton. Why?
I
Because Sutton got a
because
lot of money.
no,
I
I
do.
Sutton is I think Sutton is unpredictable. Of all of them up there, he is unpredictable. I think that scares the mess out of them. She won't play nice.
Oh yeah, they used to people playing. I made it
Yeah, and
nice.
they're used to people playing nice. That's
Mhm.
why Garcelle is such a threat. Because Garcelle has the ability, if we're paying attention, to rally against them twitches. If
Mhm.
those
Witches.
four, like I mean, if Sutton, Crystal, and Garcelle like really got together, and they put somebody else in besides that Diana, or nobody at all, those three would be a huge force against those four. If they worked like for real as a cohesive
As
force.
a team.
Yeah, because those four are conspiring to the point where they're picking people to get rid of. And I can guarantee you one thing, if Crystal comes back, she's going to be a target. Because while it's silent between Garcelle and Sutton, Crystal is almost can be out there in no man's land.
Yeah. Jealous tennis mate. Girl, not they done looked it up. Y'all is a mess. Hey, now I like gummy worm.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
reading that.
thought it was
I'm not reading
Kyle
that because I eat
too.
gummy worms
I
all
thought
the
it was
time.
Kyle
Nope.
too.
Not reading it. Nope.
But I
Okay.
wouldn't be surprised because horses have something on their skin.
I'm not talking to y'all.
Yeah, that's gross. I wouldn't be surprised. I do know that most I thought was made out of pigs.
Yes. Okay. Andy said that he talks to. Do you think he talks to all of the people who are a little bit crazy on social media privately? Do you think he had a talk with Candace privately about how they are
Candace,
on social media? Because he said he talked to Rena privately about it.
He did because he will. I don't know if he talked to her privately. I
I
don't.
just feel like if he didn't talk to her privately, but talk to Rena, I don't like it
I
because
don't
he
know.
gave Rena a chance and not her.
And I will say that when she got into a fight with Monique, you know, Andy wouldn't take her call, but he took Monique's.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, somebody said Andy talked to Candace public. That's what I'm saying. Oh, so you think he said it? But has he said anything to Rena publicly up until now? Because I feel like Rena's been a disaster on Twitter way before Candace was.
mm-hmm.
and Rena's going to keep it up because the ratings are good.
I don't think that's
I
fair
think, yeah.
that he would do that to Candace, because he told Candace she was a disaster, but he never
I
said
think he
anything to.
literally said those exact
He
words.
did.
No, I'm talking about Tarina. He said those exact
He
words.
said that to her last night,
Yeah,
but she's been
yeah,
doing this for years.
that's true. I don't think that this causes much ruckus online because I think their earlier years, maybe it wasn't a lot of. I don't know. I wasn't really watching the Housewives early in its prime. Season 6 and 5 and so on. So I wasn't really watching
Exactly, T.
on
I mean, even people at
internet.
work. Do y'all manage people? They need talkings to. I do talkings to a lot. Do y'all not have talkings to? Okay.
What's she talking about?
She said that grown people don't need talkings to.
What that mean?
Like you shouldn't have to tell a grown person not to do something. They should know better.
And I mean, what
Like,
specific?
because we're saying Andy had to talk to Renna, had
Oh,
to talk
Yeah.
to Candace.
well,
at
I
a
mean,
certain-
all of us though are in some kind of hierarchy.
Yeah.
This is their job.
Mm-hmm.
People keep forgetting that. And while Andy isn't their boss, I don't think he's heavily influential on.
Right.
Yeah, but
Oh.
I think I don't think he has hiring
Renna needs to leave the show
anymore.
You think no? Because did you watch BravoCon when you have to watch it? When Karen said, Andy, you bought Sharice back. I don't know why, and I need to talk to you. And he said, well, I love an OG. So I feel like he has a lot of input about who
Yeah.
comes and
Yeah,
goes.
I
I
think
don't know
he
if he
does.
hires and fires, but he's the reason that Sharice and Sheree are back. So does everybody think Renna needs to go? Put it in the comments. Do y'all think Renna needs to go? Y'all too?
I think 2 need to go.
Ooh.
3 really should go.
Who do you think needs to go?
I think Diana.
Yes.
And
Michael?
and really, I would say Erica or Renna.
Oh. What about you, Kelly? Do you think anybody needs to go?
I'm actually leaning toward more Renna.
Oh, I was thinking that too. If somebody got Renna, I would want her to be a friend. I don't think she takes
Renna needs to stay. Erica needs to stay. No, I mean,
you can't even think of nobody else's name, Kate.
Because
you can't even.
Those are girls, honey.
Name.
Diana needs to go. So you think Diana's a racist?
Yes, I do.
Are you asking me that?
I'm asking T, but y'all can answer too. So people are saying Renna and Diana.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't think Renna needs to go. I really don't.
Renna, Diana, and Erica. I'm just letting y'all know what people are saying real quick.
Yeah.
EJ needs
Erica Michael.
Right. EJ needs some checks.
So Renna run their lives.
Erica back. If Renna go, y'all remember when she used to talk so sweet?
Yeah.
She was such a sweetheart.
You sound like me, I think.
That Erica back if we can get rid of Renna. Like
Erica can't maintain her fashions. I don't think we need to see her on TV.
Erica got a sugar dad.
Kathy is coming back if they get rid of Renna. I bet you the person that she wants. This is just my opinion. Y'all can answer.
That's what she said. She didn't say it, but she said it.
Yeah. If
Dirty
Renna
Diana
come back, she'll come back, and I would like to see those girls get along. Her daughter, which was a good thing.
I can't see it without Kyle.
I think most of Kyle's fight is about her daughter right now. I do believe that.
This is a good point.
It's about her.
Think she's really
getting along with Kathy. I think she
her son
whole family at that wedding. And I kind of
that's what she wants. Yeah.
And I really
want some good gifts.
Kathy might be a little petty and not show up.
And I think Kathy will bring some other people to the wedding too. I don't think she's racist. If she was, then why would she let her son date a black woman? Ooh. So you don't think racist people let their children date outside the race? And I don't know if she's racist, but she dates Damon Dash's daughter. Her son dates, right? Diana's son dates. Diana is racist and elitist. I don't know.
She definitely elitist. I don't even know how that is even a
Yeah.
question, because we talking about a woman that won't stay in nobody else's house in
That's
the
true.
office. She
The
gonna
girlfriend is hold on. The girlfriend is biracial and racist date people of color. They do
they sure
all the
do.
time. That's why I was saying I
Like,
don't think that matters.
who you sleep with? I keep trying to have to remind black folks
Yeah.
who you sleep with ain't never been a determinative factor on you being racist. That's why so many light skinned
Right.
of us.
I mean, the slave masters were racist, okay? And you know what they did to us. So therefore, but I digress. Yeah. I agree too, T. I agree. But I mean, people do believe that though. But
Yeah,
that's not true.
that be their first words.
Let's see.
That or they got black friends.
I get black friends. So let's see, Crystal. I'm almost done. Do y'all think that there was a lot of microaggression on the
Yes,
show?
yes.
And racial undertones?
That's probably the most important thing of it.
You broke out, Montique. Can you say that again?
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Do you think I lost my note? But I think I said microaggressions. Do you think there was a lot of microaggression on the show or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did. For the first time while I was sitting there watching Garcelle and the camera kept going to her face and her eyes.
Yeah, she
and
was about to
you could
cry.
see Andy in the same lens, kikiing with those girls, and they kept going to her face. So the camera saw it. There's no doubt that I can't say that anybody else was laser focused on her, but the camera saw it in real time. That woman was hurt. And all I kept thinking is Nene might be on to something.
I don't think Andy, she could be, but I think Andy thinks that sometimes things are funny and he doesn't kind of get it. I think what kind of hurt her was when they talked about they had a private group of text messages where she sent the picture and they were snickering and laughing about it. And Andy said, "You were doing this," and Garcelle was in the thing, and she was like, "No, evidently they have another group message." And so, I don't know. It kind of hurt her feelings, but it's par with the course on these shows, though. I mean, it happens. I think,
Definitely hurt feelings too. So
yeah.
be all right.
I mean, if she's gonna stay with them, it's gonna keep happening. I mean, I don't. Do y'all think it will stop?
Oh, it's gonna get worse because Renna doesn't have a problem. She covers herself. She tries to like Trump when she put out a tweet and say every time we come after Garcelle, why you got to make it racist? That's the kind of thing that racists do. And she is the kind of person that pushes those microaggression buttons. Oh, you're angry.
Yeah, you got an attitude.
You be like, I ain't angry.
Why you got an attitude?
You have an attitude.
I don't get it.
She's that type of chick. She's a real Karen in real time.
That we a real Karen in real
Who's
time.
A real who you say?
I told Renna.
I don't know why.
It's gotta be
Renna's a real
Karen in real time.
Yeah, right. No, it is. I mean, with the ratings like they are, and I do feel like people are waiting for Kathy to come. I feel like they're like mad. That's why they're watching. But I feel like I don't think
the ratings was the highest one.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get rid of anybody. I just don't.
You're right. I'm not saying.
Say it again.
With these ratings, I don't think they'll get rid of anybody.
Oh.
You think Diana?
Yeah, I think they will. They'll still get rid of somebody. It just won't be leaving.
Well, Diana, I think.
Diana got COVID.
Yeah.
In another country.
Diana couldn't even go. She wasn't even invited to BravoCon, and she was never on Watch What Happens Live. That's how I know she ain't coming back. Like they knew from a while ago because they kept cutting her scenes shorter and shorter and shorter. She wasn't faring well with the audience, and so they just showed her licking her lips, and that was all. And then they Diana didn't even come. She ain't coming back. I don't know. I like when people get second seasons because Drew, like I said, I see her differently, and maybe Sanya will too. But I don't know. Poor Diana. So what time is it, y'all? How long have we been on? Oh, we've been on an hour. What the heck? Okay. So did y'all want to take? I mean, it's long. I don't know if we want to take any calls or not. I hate that we're not, but they had her on like a friend of the show, just on for a segment. That's true too. Like why didn't they just make her a friend? Do y'all want to bring anybody in? Do we have
Why did
any?
they make her a housewife?
Dirty Diana coming back because they want to see how that investigation plays out. And maybe she's using that ass over their head to do that. I don't think they'll ever find that out. Do y'all want to bring
God, I
anybody
hope.
in?
I
Y'all have
hope
any last
so.
things?
Oh, people
No, I'm
kept
fine.
saying that. I noticed on Twitter, it's obviously a lot of black people that watch this show. I didn't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying things like Garcelle needs another black woman on this show.
I don't know. She has
Oh,
Cherie.
Sheree always seemed like a nice person. Even on her show, she was just a nice person. And she didn't really make a footing
Are we still
when
talking
she
about
was in.
Garcelle?
Now I'm talking about
Cherie. Is
Sheree.
that her name?
She,
Cherie or Sheree?
she didn't even like she was in key conversations where she really could have got into it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
She
saying?
didn't do anything.
She didn't do anything. And I'm not mad at her. I'm not expecting her to act. She's authentically being herself because she's seen her in
I mean, I
another.
would. Is she gonna at least come on the stage for 5 minutes like the girl
No.
on Potomac did?
They're not
No,
even going to scaly her or whatever that lady name
Mm.
is.
stop.
Oh, Scott.
They ain't even
Okay.
going to do that. That's so wrong. They
Yeah.
let Dirty Diana get more press
That
play
she
time than
needed
Cherie.
a friend. She needed and I ain't even I don't, I like the representation that Garcelle is giving. I appreciated it a little bit more after watching the show last night because she's better than me. She's
Oh,
I think she's way better than me.
what you would have done?
Girl, first of all,
Who acts like Garcelle did no wrong? Garcelle? I mean, I think they all do wrong. I don't know. Is
I,
there really
I
Latoria,
wrong?
you know you're right, Latoria.
Is
You
there
know
I
levels?
it.
would
You
like
know it,
to
and you
know
know
what
it.
she does wrong.
What
Because
was that?
she inserts herself in situations and she handles it well. She even
No, not Phaedra.
in Garcelle isn't part of scandals. She's a part of like protecting people.
Garcelle isn't a part of scandals.
What
That's
scandal was she in? Tell me what
on
she
this season of the show. I don't know. Was she? Probably you're right because she was all
she's
up in
not.
Sutton's business, being her
I don't
superwoman.
doubt that. That's her friend. You're correct.
But everybody takes up for their
Hmm.
friends on this
Yes,
show.
she inserts herself in situations.
Don't
She's
nobody take up for
part
nobody's
of the
friend the way
chaos.
Garcelle does Sutton.
Lisa Rinna
And let me tell you
took
right now,
Erica out
they're
of
not
a
even going to be
room
friends
to
next
protect
season.
her.
Sure
They're not
did.
even going to
That
be
is the
friends next season.
ultimate.
After yeah, you do kind of insert yourself in other people's issues. Oops, sorry, but
I,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, they ain't even.
I did.
They
I
won't
mean,
be
that
friends.
is, and it's not even like her drama that she created, and
Not her roots and her
even how
voodoo.
she
We have
handles her
nothing to
situations.
do.
She'll go sit down with you like an adult. She handles it like a piece of class. Like,
Garcelle does.
yeah, instead of something going on and on and on,
You
just
guys are
like when
breaking off.
Dorit cussed her out
Are
and
we?
told her something. I guess she thought she was saying something to her. And remember, Garcelle got up and she was about to leave last season. And her and Doree had got into it that day, and Doree basically told her, "You always picking at me and picking at me, and eventually I'm gonna pop." That day, I don't know what my point was,
I don't need the joy. I lost it.
that day.
Yeah. So I mean, we've been on over an hour. We normally let people come in, but I let's see how much. I don't want to go too far over. So do y'all want to bring a
Oh,
few?
my point was
Joy, go ahead.
But my point was Garcelle handles the situations with class much better than we would have.
How much better than I would?
See,
Y'all know
Handling
how
a situation with class would mean not putting somebody else's kid in your book and hoping nothing gets said about it, taking it out after the fact.
Okay, but that is
That
called
she
a
really
mishap.
shouldn't be on.
Having classes, being able to say, "I'm gonna take it out the next edition, and it won't be
Having class is not putting it in there
That's
when
how you
kids are
handle
off limits,
situations
Joy.
instead of sitting there like a big baby, justifying that it's
She's a
already in
big baby for thinking she could put it in there in the first place.
her
That's what would have been
experience.
classy.
Okay,
Another thing that's classy is not accusing somebody of doing something before you have the proof. That's classy.
she didn't accuse anybody of
we
anything.
accusing her. Nobody else.
Nobody. He one of the
Girl,
they
Joy.
never. First of all,
Joy. Now I
on
know you are
air.
breaking out a little
She
bit, but I'm
never
sure it
did
ain't nothing
say
normal
anything.
being coming out that mouth.
She's
She
not
never.
breaking up on my end.
You're breaking out for me.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Aren't
well,
renter kids adults? They are adults. I mean, I
What
feel
difference does
like
that make, Glow?
trying to compare
When your
this to
kid is
knee on your
18,
neck
we can
box
talk about them all
situation.
day.
I'm not. I'm a hush because I don't. But I can't
she
even say
does
that.
handle the
I'm
situation
gonna I'm gonna
with
leave that
much
alone.
better
I'm gonna
class.
let
Okay. Oh,
y'all
oh.
talk that out. All
Well,
right.
okay. Let's straighten out this book situation. I still respect Rena's feelings, but let's straighten out this book situation. In the book, Garcelle is talking about because she was upset that Bravo had cut that scene up where she was talking about feeling guilty as a mother
Yeah,
about Oliver's drug issues. And she turned to Rena because Rena, people have asked Rena before, does she feel like her dancing on social media contributes to her daughter's issues?
mm-hmm.
So Garcelle asked Rena, and they had cut that scene up, and then, Rena had her whole thing. The follow up was that Rena's daughter went on the interwebs calling Garcelle fat and honey, and you need to shut the F up and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
she was talking about how she came on the show, and that was like the first time she really saw something from the show just turn to something else on social media. So really, Rena was upset because Garcelle wrote about how her daughter was like going off on socials, even though Garcelle is just having a mother conversation with Rena. I can still respect Rena having an issue with it, but as Joy said, okay, we have an issue. You want me to do something, I do it, and then you still follow up with throwing it away in the trash can, making a video about it, and then someone posting it like they did it, and you all are snickering together.
I agree. And
And
I mean
so,
that's her issue. Like she handles the situation with way more class and non-stereotypically than any black woman I have ever seen on a caddy high school show. And
and
there,
further,
go ahead.
no, furthermore, it's kind of like it is interesting that I don't know how long Rena really has on this show because I just was watching some videos today, on my YouTube streets because we're talking about Beverly Hills, and I've just been thinking about this thought of that. I don't know how long Rena and or Erica, but Erica has at least her like legal problems that will see her through for a while. How long they'll be able to be on the show because they are not advertiser friendly.
Yeah.
Rena has not been on the after show now for 2 years. I don't know how many times she went on Watch What Happens Live last season, but this season she only went on there once. She was booed at BravoCon, and then the Housewives has been really getting into doing
Wait
like a
a
lot of
minute.
the
She didn't do the after
for 2 years now. She has not done the after show,
show.
and then
You're
the house.
right. I
Yes,
just thought of you are so right. I watch the after show every week. You're right.
you
You
read
can't
it,
make me watch it.
Montanique.
She didn't do the after
She
show.
didn't. I forgot
The
what
cow was by herself, and I was wondering,
Yes, and
like, girl. Okay, go
And
ahead.
then furthermore, if you look at it, the
Diana did.
housewives have been doing bigger advertisements. Like they've been doing the direct TV commercial, and they've been
Yeah,
doing like things for like Thor, Love and Thunder, and all that kind of stuff, and like a lot of movie commercials. The only ones who are doing them are Garcelle, Sutton, Crystal, Dorit, and Kyle. Rena
yeah.
and Erica are not
They're not
there.
doing those.
There's a reason for that. You can be a villain on this TV show, but I feel
Oh,
like
you know what?
the
You
way
are
that they play a
right.
villain only lasts for so long.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, I feel like they are really transitioning Garcelle to be
It's
one
okay,
of the faces of Beverly
Queen.
Hills, and I
I
don't
agree
think,
with that. And I agree with that. I do
Kelly.
and I
think that. I do believe that. I've been saying that for like in my head, but I just thought it just be me.
Let me let Tori. Tori, what you got to say? Callie, you in twice. Did you get out? I don't know. Go ahead.
That's not Callie.
I did because
She
it was
got out. She
breaking
got
out.
out. Okay, go ahead. Tori,
Okay,
go.
well, what I'm about to say is in defense of Callie, and I agree with Callie. Garcelle was dead wrong for bringing up that lady child in the book period. Like they said, kids are all off limits. So if Garcelle would have never even asked that question or even went that way, it wouldn't give that child a reason to feel like she need to attack Garcelle. Just because
Thank you.
Garcelle's an adult doesn't mean that the child has to keep her mouth closed when they feel like they are being attacked.
Thank you.
That's just how I feel. And another thing about Garcelle, I follow Garcelle and I like to watch Garcelle stuff. Garcelle is very double standard to me. My issue is about Bill. Why jump on the board and this man already done been beat down enough? they already done overturned his decision and dropped the charges. So they're really saying that he really is not guilty, even though he probably
No,
is guilty.
but it's not for
But
that.
nothing happened to Garcelle. So I didn't understand why her story was relevant. So my question is, if Bill was never in the news and never got caught or whatever, would that story still be in her book? I think not.
No.
I think
We'll
she
never
used
know.
it
I don't
to
know.
make
I
people
can't
We'll
guess
never
the
know.
future.
You cannot. That's an unknown question. We'll never know that.
like that.
We
Yeah,
never
you
Girl,
know.
know.
Latoya, I still watch the Cosby Show. I don't care what nobody say. That's a good
So,
show.
Latoria, and all
And
the people who feel this way, and I guess Callie too, do you think if they're an adult, is it different? Because a lot of people saying Gia on New Jersey, which I hate to cross over, but people were saying stuff about her, and they was like, "Well, she's an adult. She's on the show. She had
so
a
is
thing with her
Rena's
mom.
daughters.
So should they stay off the show if they don't want to be talked about?
I mean, it was for a whole season. That was Rena's storyline. Was her sister, her daughter's anorexia,
I'm just, yeah.
and that it's
If kids
because
are off limits, kids are off limits. I don't
No
really
matter
care.
what, how old they are.
Well, if they're a full castmate on the show, then talk away. Other than that, kids are
Well,
off
those
limits.
girls have confessionals when they were on the show.
Are they on the show this season?
They're not on the show this season because Rena doesn't want
Okay.
them on there because
So
she doesn't want
girls,
them talking about
kids
her.
are off limits.
I think she would. 'Cause I think them
They don't want to be on the show. They don't
No.
like their mother.
They've come out and said
If they don't
that
want
she
to be on
pushed
the
them on the
show, they don't
show.
like their mother, then that means Garcelle,
Yeah.
just leave them out of it then.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
this
think
happened 2
Garcelle
years.
put
So
that
this
in
was a
there for
2-year
her
thing.
book, and she also put the Bill Cosby thing in there for her book. That's
Well,
why
you
she
gotta
did.
It's her life
tell.
story.
I
Like
mean,
it causes
Portia put
confusion how
something in
people are
her
not
book.
supposed
What
to
do
be
you
writing
Portia
about their
put in her
lives.
book?
Okay, there's
Did Portia
900
put
different
something in
people
her book like
talking.
that too? You,
Repeat it again, Tick Tick, because I didn't hear you.
I said, didn't Portia do something like that too? Put
No,
something in her book?
we've had hours long conversation about all the wrong stuff Portia has done,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure where that would pick up at. Okay,
Oh, I
let's be
missed this.
real clear.
You know what? I'm just trying to help.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to help.
I mean,
You're trying to help. I'm sorry. I do that every time.
No, I missed.
Dr. Leslie, your turn.
y'all done got Leslie tired.
Leslie, you're on mute. I don't think it's working, Leslie.
We hear nothing.
We hear nothing. Okay.
I don't
Did
worry.
Rena talk about? Hold on. Did Rena talk about Denise kids, or am I wrong?
They were talking about them doing threesomes and sucking and whatnot. When the woman asked them to not talk about certain
Did
stuff around
Rena
them.
talk about her kids? I don't remember her talking about her kids. Her kids came up, but I don't remember it even being
I
from
didn't
Rena,
watch it.
was it?
It wasn't about them. Remember, the whole thing was about don't say that kind of stuff around my kids.
Around the kid, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, well, I guess it was Erica who was saying, I'm pretty sure they're doing threesomes and all kinds of stuff anyway. I guess it was Erica, not Rena.
But what's her name? Rena's
That's what Erica said.
Rena's children did come on there and basically co-sign about their mother in their book.
And then
Her
they
daughter-
come on and say their mama
Her
taught them how to
daughter
give a
had a whole
blowjob.
conversation with her about, I'm not gonna lie, Mom.
That was Denise. Was that? Yeah, that was Rena's daughters that said that. Yeah.
Yeah, they said that they taught her mom. Their mom taught them how to do a blowjob.
Right.
What a proud mother she must be.
So are you saying that gives Garcelle permission?
No,
to talk
I
about them in her
thought we were just giving stories.
What
I was just giving the
happened?
story because that's the only one I knew. Anything else? Do we have any more one last things?
My one last thing, because I know I can talk a bit, is that I think Rena's main issue is that there's jealousy there, because if you look at it, Rena is honestly worse than she was when she got on the show. At least when she got on the show, she had her clothing line and she had QVC. She no longer has her clothing line and she is not on QVC. And there's allegedly 4 different liens from refinancing on that home where they have no equity.
And I can't get my sound to work right.
What, baby? Leslie?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Oh, you can hear me now, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Because I was trying to get my mic to work. I'm sorry for interrupting you. I was just still trying to get the mic, Kyra. So
Go ahead.
yeah. I just wanted to say I think it's ridiculous in a way to be on a reality TV show and then become appalled when people start talking about you and your family when you're throwing it out there. It's I know there's a limit, but then you have to, then if it becomes such a problem for you, then get off the show. And that's the
It
bottom
wasn't
line.
talking about her son. They were threatening.
No, she's talking about Garcelle's
I'm talking
writing
about
that in the
Garth.
book.
Yes, yes. And even like the whole concept of talking about your kids. Yes, that's the rule. Yes, you shouldn't, but it's happening. And if it's a problem, get off the show and stop it. Because
But
I
now we
think,
all know.
I'm sorry.
You breaking up, Callie.
Yeah, you guys are breaking up too. I don't know why. I keep going back from phone to phone. Okay,
That's
I'll
just
shut up.
my opinion about it. Like to me, your privacy, it's like when people become famous, it's not private anymore. You have to take extraordinary measures to keep certain things private. And if you're on a reality TV talking about your daughter's anorexia, and then when somebody comments about it, you get upset because they mention your daughter. To me, that's
You're on the show
ridiculous.
talking about
Well,
you're on
I
the show
think that
talking about somebody's anorexia, you their mother or the child themselves talking about the anorexia. That should not be an open door for another that other adult story,
I think
whether
that
they on the show or not.
it's also kind of an unwritten, if I'm dealing with certain situations that your castmates just shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
dive into. Like, it's one thing to be in a situation that involves you, but if I'm sharing my journey of like Drew and her son
Mhm.
and her husband, when she's sharing that, I just kind of think those sort of things, they kind of expect their castmates not to make that part of them, their storyline. Do y'all understand what I mean by
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that?
get
yeah,
you.
I get it. I
Because
get
I
it.
it's
agree with
going,
that.
you see it on every show, and where that is, I don't draw the line, they do. So
Yes, yes.
Rena's thing was, I don't like Rena, but if you are having this, we not putting our kids in this.
Right.
And she even she said they had a handshake. Then it shouldn't, a lot
Hmm.
of times that
I
shouldn't
agree with
fine.
that. I agree
So
100%
I
with that.
don't have a, I'm not, I don't like Rena. I hear what she's talking about. I just also like to say that I don't think
No, Latoya, they
Garcelle
didn't
meant
because they wouldn't do that.
I
the
pray not.
harm.
Yeah.
I just
But
don't,
we,
I think that she was looking at it from a different angle.
Mhm.
Whereas, she
okay,
was
so the,
telling
the
her,
the thought, what I'm hearing, and I'm probably wrong, but that's okay. I don't mind being wrong. But the thought is that suddenly it sounds like some people want this to be okay because it's coming from Garcelle, and Garcelle can't do
no,
nothing
what
wrong.
No,
we're
It
saying
is
no,
not
is,
no,
we're
limits.
saying
Leave the
no.
kid
she
off
don't
limits.
have to
Had
acknowledge the
somebody
wrong.
brought up the drug
Garcelle did.
charges of Garcelle's son, we would all be shipped over with the Titanic. I mean, we got to stop trying
It
With
and
the
wasn't
not to
Titanic.
have any of those for those that you don't.
nobody said that it was right or
Wow.
Y'all
wrong.
need to really quit.
Garcelle already acknowledged that she was wrong,
Yeah, but she's
and
Yeah.
she remedied the situation.
wrong, Joy. She's an adult, right? The smartest one on the whatever the heck she's
But
on.
she can make a
Nobody needs to
mistake,
tell
Callie.
her not to
Oh,
talk about
Jesus.
a kid.
I
Yeah.
find it so
See, okay.
Let's
fascinating that a
go
lot
ahead
of
and make
people are
up a
expecting a black woman to be perfect on a show, and then when she makes mistakes,
but
and then
that's a
like actually
kid,
like does
and
it
the kids
correctly,
are
it's not
adults.
an
Give
issue.
me a break.
I
Give
don't
me a
think
break.
I
You're gonna go
mean,
ahead and
but
I
change
hear
all
what
the
you're saying.
rules
I don't think
because it's
she
got
felt
sad.
like
no,
she
but
was
I
Well,
don't
she's
think
wrong.
talking about the
okay.
child. She just
I wanted to
mentioned
talk some more
the
tea about Reno.
situation.
That's what I'm
And
saying. She
she
didn't
right.
mention her. She just talked about the same situation that we all
But
saw
that
on TV.
situation is her. So the fact that you just said that, now I'm gonna go right back to
Mm.
Mama Wanda didn't say the kids by name either, but it's been back and forth conversation. She was wrong for bringing up a kid.
She's
So
a
that
minor.
story, that definition, that kind of
There it
changes
is.
depending
She's
on.
Thank
a
you, Doc.
minor.
She's
And when
also a
you a
We're
minor
minor.
gonna have
and
to stop
somebody
that.
says
Yeah,
that's
I
not your
agree.
daddy, that's going to affect that kid 100% any
Yeah,
time of her life. To me,
yeah.
that's a whole different circumstance. We're talking about grown adult children. When you're talking about Wanda, you're talking
Kid
about
is
a
a
minor.
kid. What do you mean?
Hmm?
A kid is a kid. If they're not a full person on this show, get their own paycheck, they're off
No,
limits.
I disagree. I
Well,
think when you're an
that's
adult
weird.
and you,
But
I
y'all can
think if
agree
they're
to
on the show
disagree. Let's
as
do
an
that.
adult, they're an adult. But they're
Agreed.
not on the show is where I agree with you.
They
Not
were
that they
the
are.
adult
They're
children.
not on the
They just
show.
wasn't
That's what
smart
makes
enough.
it.
smarter than Gia and
Gia
got a
get paid.
Right,
And Ashley got a
exactly.
paycheck.
Because they're not on the show, and an adult, you shouldn't talk about them. But they're adults. It's different the way it affects them than it would a minor, to me, like Wanda did to that little girl. That's gonna be something that's gonna be on her mind. You don't know how it psychologically
Yes.
affects her.
Yep.
That's a
shit.
no-no. If
Logical
that
for
happens,
somebody going through anorexia to be talked about when they're not on the show.
somebody
But
is
she
she's
was
a
on the
grown girl who's already dealt with it, and her mother threw it out there in the public.
No, she
And
didn't.
Garcelle
She
was
actually
talking.
tweeted it.
No, it was on TV. It was on the season. She said it when she
Right.
was going to New York. In fact, the daughter was mad at the mother for talking about it on TV.
It's
But once it's out there, you can't put the genie back
thing
in
on
the
the show that
bottle.
made Wanda question it. If kids are off limits on any show, they're off limits. We can't be
Wanda
making
isn't even
excuses
on
for
the
Garcelle.
show. She shouldn't be talking about anybody else's business and marriage.
Can y'all agree to disagree?
Yeah, I
That's
was
when they're
talking
kids.
Let's
But I
agree to
understand.
disagree. Are
I
we
understand
good?
that we want to approve all this for Garcelle.
No,
Okay.
we
No, I
don't.
said
I'm saying no. I don't agree with it. I think it was a mistake, and like she was
That's
able
what I said.
to
It was a
make
mistake.
amends with it. It was a publicity. It was to get the book sold. That's why Cosby, all that.
I'm
is
not
in
gonna
there.
go that far.
I do, because who else
Oh
is gonna
yeah,
pick
it was
up
for
the book?
the book.
Housewives. Or somebody looking to see her relationship with You gotta have something that gives somebody interest to buy the book. Is it just Garcelle? Some people Garcelle don't have enough fans to say, oh, let me buy her book. So she has to put something in there that makes it enticing to buy. So I
Yeah,
think it was an
Garcelle's
error.
son was on the show.
Don't go
His
putting other people's
adult
kids in
son
there.
is getting a whole lot of smoke. Garcelle ain't said boo. That ain't he grown.
Right.
But I think the 14-year-old that really wasn't on the show, who was really picking up something. I don't even think that boy is one of them boys ain't never on the screen. And I can't figure out which one.
Yeah,
I think Jackson's on the screen.
Jade is
One
on
of
it, I
them
guess.
don't even
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Picking up some flowers from your mother, and they weren't on film that whole evening. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe getting out of the limo or something. These boys aren't trying to be famous. I think there's a difference. This is their mom's thing.
They don't want what comes with fame. That's what I'm saying.
Can we agree to disagree? How long are y'all gonna talk about this one thing?
Garcelle was wrong. She rectified it. Yay.
That's my thing.
No, I said they don't want the negativity
I don't know why
that
y'all
comes with the fame.
Because Garcelle,
I like the way she handled it. That was it.
It's over. And she remedied it.
Yes.
I don't care what she did to remedy it. It should have never happened.
Well, Erica should never cuss out people's children, but you excuse that.
And she apologized and that remedied
and like moving on.
Kaya,
so
get
I
your
want to talk
facts
about
together because I ain't never excused nobody cussing out nobody's child. Because I know how I would act if anybody went at my child wrong. So you need to correct that. I ain't never.
Okay.
Kelly, why can I visibly see you saying all of that?
But it's my face right now. I don't understand.
Kelly, I agree with you that it should have never been in the book. I don't want you to
Okay, let me rectify that. I feel like other people have been allowed to make mistakes on this show, not take as nearly as much responsibility, and we are not having some quibbling about how they did it or not.
Y'all notice that nobody has a beef with her. She's prepared. What I mean is, that's rectified. Next.
I was like, I'm trying to figure out. I do have a question about that. Was this rectified and remedied, and she still threw away the book?
Yes.
Or yes?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, because it was before she even. Oh, you're right, Kyle.
It was before it was released.
About that. It
yes.
Been, because she said it was almost in print. It wasn't even in print. She threw away a printed book. So it was 2 weeks. So that means she got word that this story was in there.
Yeah.
And then they said, well, look, it's 2 weeks from print.
Yeah.
So she actually went and got a book and threw it in the trash and took a picture of it. You're right.
Garcelle was wrong. I just like the way she handled it, and I do think it's weird that you got what you wanted, and you guys still need to video, put in a separate chat, snickering, and then you post it later. I'm never gonna say someone's not wrong, but I do sometimes, and it's not just, but sometimes I feel like black watchers make me regret Garcelle being on the show versus other people, because it's either like, I don't need y'all to go up for her, but it is weird sometimes. So I've heard some people say, oh, maybe I'm a little hard on her because she's a black woman. I'm like, she made a mistake. They all make mistakes because they're
I
human.
sure hate that
I'm
this
just
system is breaking out. I
Mhm.
really do, because I think I'm missing something crazy.
okay.
Why's the system breaking out, Mama?
I don't know. I can only hear, you know.
Bits and pieces.
Okay, I wanted to talk about some random tea. I know you
Okay.
guys weren't trying to be here long.
Yeah, so let's do the tea and then we get off. Go ahead.
Okay. So, because my earlier point, I know we were going around in a circle, is that I don't know how much longer Rona has on this show, or or that
You
she
better
will be
come.
clawing to stay on this show because her name in Hollywood is not great. And with Kathy, since that clip has come out with Kathy calling her the biggest bully in Hollywood, so many people have come out and talked about how that woman has DM'd them nasty, terrible messages because they've gone on Watch What Happens Live
Oh, you're
as a
right.
visitor,
Yeah.
and they,
Really?
Andy asks them, and that's the same thing she did to Sutton. Everyone knows you go on Watch What Happens Live. Andy asks you a shady question. She,
Right.
all the comedians, all the people who love the show. Her name is Casey Wilson. She was on Black Monday with Showtime. She's been on quite a few shows and all kinds of stuff. An Academy Award nominated actress, all kinds. And she has a Bravo podcast with another actress or comedian, I believe. She is friends with Andy. She literally had like a spoof show on Hulu called Hot Wives. She's friends with Andy and loves Bravo.
Oh, yeah,
She
I
came
watched
on there
that.
once.
I
She
watched
came
that.
on there. Yeah,
Mhm.
she came on there one time. Andy asked her a question about Lisa. She said something, look, a joke, because she's a comedian. And she said Lisa sent her a text message, a DM later on, and it terrorized her. She's like, I've known many comedians and other people who've gone Watch What Happens Live. If they say anything about her, she acts like she can take it, but she really can't. And so I don't really know how good Rena's name is outside of Housewives. And the fact that she's lately all of a sudden starting up all these different businesses that don't really seem to be popping off.
Mhm.
Um, and the
Because she's
fact
not
that she,
likable. That's why I
Yeah.
was saying the thing about Candace. Candace probably every song I try to resist her music, but when I hear it, it's nice. But I
Uh-huh.
really didn't give her a chance because I don't like her.
No,
but that's the difference
I
between
don't.
Rena and Candace,
Yeah,
because I think that
go ahead.
like you have your villains, but Rena's a different villain. Where if I
She
go
is.
on Twitter, I feel like I only really see, I think I know of like 2 or 3 accounts that really go up for her. Everyone else is either neutral, kind of respects her position, or really doesn't like her.
that's true.
Candace have like actual fans, have multiple fan accounts just for her. And
Mhm.
so I think she is a good balance of like, if you see her as a villain, you love to hate her. I don't know how many people love to hate Rena.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I normally like everybody. She's one of the ones that I don't really care for, is Rena. I
Mhm.
just don't. She's done too many people wrong, and I just don't like it. And she
And
doesn't talk about herself, and I don't like that.
Her and Erica. I
I like Erica.
Erica has been on the show for how long?
I
I've
asked
never heard her. We've
her.
never seen any of her childhood friends, any of her other friends from the show. I mean, the only thing I feel like I've ever known about her is Tom, glam, and music that she never got paid for.
And her
But
son.
I like drunk Erica though. She's funny.
I like
Like
Erica.
I
Okay.
actually would. I mean, it just I don't like mean drunk. You know, cursing out Garcelle wasn't. But to me,
That's a good question, Latoria. Yeah,
I
when
wonder how Erica would be without Rena. I would like to see that.
that's why I'm like, one of them needs to
oh
go, and I feel like
Erica,
if
Yeah.
it's between them, it would be Rena would go because Erica at
yeah,
least still has the lawsuits. But
yeah,
as Callie said, again, the main point of Erica was the whole glam situation, and since that's not there, uh,
she's kind of mediocre. She is.
because
She
her
really
whole
is.
shtick is a facade. I
But
feel like she
even
acts like, hmm?
Dorit, she was back at
BravoCon,
at
baby.
BravoCon. She was back
Yes.
at BravoCon. But I will say this because to me she was funny. I used to like, and I hope that when COVID like completely goes away, we'll see them out and about and in restaurants and traveling. Um, Dorit was the fashion. She was the fashion forward. She was
I
the
loved
ghetto
it.
version, in my opinion. I
Mm-hmm.
call her like bougie, ghetto rich.
Boo Ghetto.
Yeah,
Oh,
ghetto.
yeah.
All
But
right. Anything else, y'all?
she was funny.
We've been on here an hour and 30 minutes. We can't
Oh
help it.
Lord.
Lord.
Yeah,
It didn't feel like we were going that long. But anyway, y'all, we had a good time.
But yeah, I felt bad for Garcelle. I felt like
All right, I want to ask one last question. Who's
You
your
felt
favorite? Go ahead, Callie.
child.
I didn't hear you, Callie. What you say?
I can't hear y'all either. I could have sworn I heard Joy say she felt bad for Garcelle, but my phone keeps breaking out. I gotta be wrong.
That's what she said.
I can't wait till she look back on this because she always watches the show back.
Oh yeah, she'll watch it back. I don't think she watched it back for the Monique thing because that's why I got deleted. But anyway,
The
so right
most.
here, this is our thing, our code. Scan it, you'll find everything else about Chat Her Up. Okay,
Savvy
we
queen.
are the moment. We are like Kenya
Savvy.
Moore. We are
Savvy.
the
Oh
moment.
God.
Okay.
She always want to proclaim something.
Word on the street is we are the moment. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I can't stand her.
I love
They
her.
need to get a new cast over there. My daughter asked me today, did I think Potomac today is as good as Atlanta season 6 and 7-ish? That's Pillow Talk season.
But I mean, y'all keep trying to compare Potomac and Housewives. Potomac ain't even got the ratings that Atlanta has.
Well, we know that it was like
so
a
how y'all
4
trying to say they need a new
Well,
cast?
also
when
TV's
ratings
different.
are second to everybody
I'm
else's.
asking, do you think it's as good? We're not saying necessarily as dramatic.
I don't think so because I feel like people go up for some people are going out for Potomac. I think Giselle's a problem because it's like so contrived. Because I feel like when we're watching Atlanta seasons 1 through 7, if there was an issue, it was a real issue. People were actually fighting. It wasn't some weird plot line that you felt like someone talked about a couple of weeks before a shooting started. I think it's funny, but I think
Right.
that
That's
the
what I'm
drama
saying.
side of it is not it.
And then Potomac has been on for 7. Atlanta's been on for 14 seasons. You know what I mean? Like, it's just different. They have to keep going. So you can't just always be up, 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 up. They have to have ebbs and flows. And Atlanta has better ratings than almost all the shows on Bravo.
No,
Why
they
y'all
don't.
think they tell me one that besides Beverly Hills?
Oh, it is Beverly
Okay.
Hills.
Married to
I'm-
Medicine, all them are below them, but y'all want them to have a different cast. I don't
think
understand.
it's because Beverly Hills was like at 1.8, 1.2 million when when Atlanta was at like 4 and 5. And it's high.
That was before streaming, though, Joy.
Yeah, like TV ratings are different.
They're different now.
I'm just saying.
They have not been that since streaming happened. Go look at the things.
I'm not arguing that, y'all. I'm just saying. I forgot the point. Oh, what I think my point was, Beverly Hills never had the following that Atlanta did.
But you also have to understand that Beverly Hills also has a lot of Black people watching it too. That helps with their ratings. Atlanta, I don't know if they have as many white people as.
I was alone. I'm very happy to see so many
that's
Black
what I'm
content
saying.
creators revealing it, which is why
us now because of Garcelle.
Which is why I hop on. Because what
That's what's happening. That's why they have a little more.
The pandemic happened, so I started watching it from the beginning.
Well, I watched from season 1.
Yeah, I've watched from the what?
But it
I'm
wasn't
25.
I will tell you, OC was first, right?
Yeah, I watched all of them.
It became big until after Atlanta. Atlanta season 1 put the Housewives period on the map for Bravo. So that's why that whole thing with Nene is such a big thing, because she knows her worth to Bravo. This whole franchise got skyrocketed because of Atlanta. Because the OC had their regular ratings and it was okay show.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Atlanta hit, it went
out
on.
the park.
It was.
And New Jersey was
I think
right
New York,
underneath.
Right.
In New York.
Yeah, the people love some of New Jersey, and I think they will never get rid of it because they make good money on it because the seasons aren't as long, but they still have really good ratings.
Yeah,
so they spend less money making it.
But theirs isn't. They're under $1 million. Like I don't think they even made $1 million. And I don't understand it because it's such a good show.
I think Garcelle brought Beverly Hills up because now more of us watch it. So their numbers.
Beverly Hills had a whole different audience with Lisa Vanderpump. and everything. It was a whole different mood of a show.
It was.
So you're right. And now that
Oh, Fun
Garcelle's, but
Wolf.
see, that's why Garcelle is a good
Yeah,
fit
Fun Will.
because of the mood of the show.
Yeah.
You know.
Vanderpump and Adrian alone houses were like,
So whimsical. So that's
Yeah.
why
I
I'm
mean,
like,
like,
Kyle wishes. Kyle wishes.
Remember
The
when
only
they
way
used
she
to
can be
go
a
to
rich woman is hunting down every
Muhammad's
person she
house?
can find. Ugh.
Y'all remember Muhammad's house? I think that was Adrian.
yes, that house too. Yes.
Yes, it was so pretty.
And Yolanda and that glass
Yolanda
fridge and the
too. That
lemon
was, yeah.
trees. It was
They
so
had
Yeah.
like
money.
I mean,
Yeah, they
and
were the ones with the real money to me compared to all the other franchises.
Yeah.
See that they had real money. Everybody else was renting their houses
I
while
think
these
that's why
people
we're
owned
really
them.
fascinated with Kathy.
Yeah.
It's something that's naive
Quirky, her
about
eccentric, yeah, her
yeah,
eccentricity.
something.
Her
Yeah.
eccentricity makes you go, wow.
I think that's also a little part of Sutton's charm.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep, yep,
Mhm.
I agree with you.
So would
Mhm.
y'all want anybody to come back? I know we gotta go, but would y'all want anybody to come back from the past?
I'm tired of this come back from the past, come back
Me
from the
too.
past.
Yeah, 'cause
I
I
just
ain't
want
just
if you're
feeling
gonna
what
bring
most of
someone,
the
they
But
need
you
to be
want
shows.
new.
Nene to come back? What's
The
the okay?
only
I'm gonna
time
hush
I was
then.
just gonna say the only time I want to
See,
bring
it's great.
somebody
Y'all just be
back from the cast is when it's an untold story. Like Phaedra's
Mhm.
situation is untold.
Yeah.
There
Well,
is
how do you know they don't have an untold story? That's why I'm saying, is there
no, I
any?
mean, but I'm talking about the actual show. Like there were people who left the show and they never got to. Phaedra never got to finish.
What was her story?
I mean, the
Lying,
whole fallout with Cam.
lying.
Lying. That's her
I
story.
mean,
About
but I'm
She had
saying
her
I
time
don't.
on Real
See,
Housewives
She
Ultimate
did.
Girls
So
Trip.
it's funny how y'all don't like
lied
the
on
past, and they
Candy
all
and
say, "Come
Todd.
bring Nene, come bring Nene." Okay, well, I won't ask that question then. Y'all ready to go?
Mhm. Yep.
Y'all want a piece of that?
peace.
Yeah,
Hey,
can't keep you here all night.
Thank you, ladies.
thank you,
Bye.
y'all.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
guess we'll be back when
Thursday? No, what's today? Sorry, Sunday.
Sunday.
I
Okay.
know I got a busy weekend next week. I'm gonna have to try to figure it out, y'all. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right.